Hey Taurus, how's it going? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out True the Divine's channel, what is up? My name is Amy. If you are returning, welcome back. Definitely a great message to say the least for you guys for September 16th to the 30th. You guys know the drill. Let's get started. So Oracle card says Grace and Antoinette. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. I feel like that's a message for everybody. Like, sometimes you just have to look at someone else's point of view. You're not always right, but either is the other person. So maybe the second half of September might call on you just to see the other person's point of view, realize that they may have some truth in what they're saying, just like you have some truth in what you're saying. But, there's always two sides to every story, right? So moving on. I feel like, Taurus, you're going to be in this place where it's kind of like you're okay. Like, I don't feel like you guys are heartbroken. I don't feel like you guys are really upset. I feel like you guys are just like smooth sailing right now. Like your relationships are going good. Your friendships are going good. Your career is going good. It's just like you're good. And you're moving forward into what you guys want to do or where you guys want to go. And I mean, the water is calm around you. So that just tells me that things are really good or things are progressing to be really good, which is awesome. Yeah, you're just moving on. You're not really looking back. You took charge in something and it's like, you know what? I'm going that way and that's how it's going to be. That's what I have for you guys. Some of you are, again, Knight of Wands. This is you guys. You're just going after what you want. And I feel like that might come with, not complications, but it might come with you losing a lot of people in your life. But it's meant to be, like, especially if you're going after a career that you guys really want and then you have people that aren't supporting you and you're like, you know what? If you don't support my dreams, if you don't support my goals, that's okay. That's your decision. But it's also my decision to cut you off if I feel like you're threatening me or keeping me stuck. That kind of feeling. But I feel like you just got to this point where you're like, what do I want? And you went and started working towards that. And it's like you're just in such a better place, Taurus, that you don't need validation from anyone because you have that validation within yourself. I feel like there has been no communication with you and someone, or very lack of communication. So I feel like maybe you kind of were waiting around for someone and then, the connection faded and maybe you held on to someone thinking that they were the one. And then after a while, because they ghosted you or there was hardly no communication, it just got to this point where you're like, maybe you aren't the one for me. Maybe I am better off without you. And you kind of just moved on and now you're putting your life together. And it's like this person kind of sees you and they're like, I want to come talk to you, but I don't know how. So I'm just going to sit here and act like I don't care. I'm going to sit here and act like I'm in my feelings. Because you're manifesting, baby. Magician. You're going after what you want. You're creating what you want. You're headed in the right direction. You're being clear about what you want. And the universe is bringing it to you. You're being the emperor right now. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go after what I want because that's what I want to do. And no one's going to stop me. And I'm going to go that way. It's like right now, with you guys being in this emperor mode, you are owning your choices. You are owning your decisions. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go that way. And I'm going to go after what I want. And that is that. And if you don't want to support me, if you don't want to be there for me, then goodbye. That's what I hear. You're just being really confident and really strong in where you're headed. And I think that for once, that's a beautiful thing, Taurus. To put your life back together, put your life back on track, to know that you're moving into some greater things. Greater things are definitely ahead for you guys. And a lot of you, Five of Pentacles talks about balance. It talks about family. It talks about commitments. It talks about, you could have fallen on hard times financially, but everyone does at some point. That doesn't mean that, you're any less of a person. That doesn't mean that, you're not worth getting help. Like if you've financially hit a hard spot, Taurus, I feel like what they're coming through and saying is there is help out there. Don't feel ashamed of reaching out and getting help. There's help out there. I feel like, again, everyone hits hard times, but it's all about balance. It's all about being consistent, especially with your money. If you know you only get a little bit of money, then don't be splurging. Don't be overspending, right? The Eight of Wands talks about a couple different things. Talks about traveling. So I feel like maybe you guys have been thinking about traveling. Maybe you guys have been thinking about, going out and going on an adventure, taking a journey. Sorry guys, just my daughter. Yeah, so maybe you guys have been thinking about taking a journey, been thinking about traveling the world. This would just be validation, or the angels and spirit coming through and saying, yeah, that's a great idea. You should go and do that. Also, I feel like love is going to happen for you guys, but I feel like you guys are so much on the track of just going towards a career or future, or something that you've been putting on hold for a while. And it's like, now you've been manifesting that. Now you've been creating it, and you know that love's going to happen, but you're allowing it to come to you. And I think that's beautiful. But yeah, it's all about moving forward. There's a lot of cards about moving forward and letting go. Sorry, that scared me. Sorry, guys. Just let me grab that.
Yes, I have applied the traditional numbing toothpaste. There's a better way. Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief blocks pain instantly and helps repair the openings that lead to exposed nerves. That's a better way. No. Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief.
Okay. So you're in this place where it's like you kind of stopped yourself one day and were like, am I happy in this situation? And you kind of were like, no, I'm not happy. And it's like you literally took yourself out of one situation and you made a change. You moved away from something. When you did that, you opened up so many doors that now you're just allowing all of this connections, all of these blessings come through. You're just so confident where you're going. You're not looking behind you anymore. You're like, you know what? I'm continuing to look forward. I'm reaching for my happiness. I'm being confident. I'm being strong. I know my worth. I know my value. And that is that. And I think that's awesome to have that, strong, what would it be? Just strong motives, I guess. But it's like, again, you're seeing with the Seven of Cups, you're seeing all the blessings and opportunities coming. You're seeing all these doors opening and you're like, this is freaking amazing. Like, I'm on top of the world right now. That's the energy I'm picking up. Like, you guys are really happy right now. And I'm actually really happy for you that you've made these changes to better yourself. I feel like, depending on where you are in your journey, depending on where you are in your life, you may be like, I don't know which direction to go. I don't know which path to take. So Spirit's coming down with the Ace of Swords and saying, look, like, you don't have to have everything discovered right now. You don't have to have everything figured out for September. Just make a plan. Start with a seed and put that seed in the pot and water that seed and watch it grow. And that's like with a plan or an idea. You don't have to have the ending goal right now. Just start off with a plan, even if it's maybe a weight loss journey or something, or maybe you've been planning to go back to work or opening your home business. It's like, well, what are the steps you can take to do that? Because that's where I feel like you guys are going. It's not even about a relationship for you guys this time around. I feel like it's definitely careers and money, and it's like your life in general. Like, what do you want for your life? And I feel like that's where you guys are aiming at right now. So I think that's a really good thing to have. But you are going to get the clarity and answers that you need. I feel like you just need to continue asking the angels for guidance and help. All right. And then, Chariot comes as your last card. So this just tells me you're going to have growth. You're going to have victory. You're going to be on top of the world. And, no one's going to be able to stop you from shining. You're on top. And I feel like for once, you're on top. And I feel like, so the additional angel cards that I pulled with you guys, the first one says within the next few months. So you might start seeing things coming in with the next few months or even the next few weeks. So pay attention to signs and different things that you don't normally see. Okay. So it says reward yourself. You've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistently high level. You drew this card because it's time to reward yourself for all of your hard work. Everyone needs rewards, and you're no exception. A treat will boost your energy, mood, and motivation. Invest in yourself and make time for self-care today. What is going on? I'm going to put the music back on, but sorry, guys. Okay. Give yourself a much desired idea, trip, or service, and notice how your inner child blooms with joy from this loving attention. Take the day off from work today. Splurge on a treat for yourself. Balance giving with receiving. Make sure that you're allowing yourself to receive and appreciate all that you've done. So take some time for you. I know that, lately stuff has been going well in your favor. So maybe it's like you've been thinking about going to the spa, thinking about getting your hair cut, maybe splurging on some clothes. I know that the money issue did come up. So I would be cautious about that for the second half of September. But go do something that's going to make you happy, because you, Taurus, definitely deserve it. All right. So awesome reading for you guys. I am sending you all love and light, positive vibes for September, the end of September. And I will see you guys again in October. Take care.